Hi, my name is Nigel D. Salmon. In this video, I will be looking at the death registration form of Amy Jacques Garvey, second wife of Marcus Garvey. I will be looking at her death registration form to see the causes of her death. This is a very interesting video, so please watch to the end. Welcome to Jamaican chapter. This is the death registration form of Amy Jacques Garvey. Well, we will be looking at this form to find out the causes of her death. Remember, a death registration form will list the causes of death and other basic information about the deceased. So we will be looking through her death registration form, which is very important in knowing why she died. We'll start by looking at the top of the form. At the top of the form it says death registration form, death in the District of University of the West Indies, Parish St. Andrew. If you notice, it says death in the District of, and then stamped on the line is University of the West Indies. Okay. So it means that she died at that hospital. If she had died wherever she had died, if it was at her home, if it was in some other community, then that's what they would put there. And continue down, we're going to start by looking at the left of the form. We'll be looking at the left of the form first. And below that at the left it says place of death, University Hospital of the West Indies. So I've just said that. So she died at the University Hospital of the West Indies. And we cross over to the other side, the right side at the top. It says usual residence of deceased. And this is where they would put where you were living before you died. So on the form it says usual residence of deceased, 12 Mona Road, Parish St. Andrew. So she was living at 12 Mona Road, St. Andrew. We are going to continue over on the left of the form before we touch over on the cause of death, because it's important to look at her basic information, and this is always listed on the left side of the death registration form. So here on the left side it states particulars of deceased. So these are information of the person who died. It says date of death, 25th July 1973. So another way of saying it is July 25, 1973. That is the date of death for Amy Jacques Garvey. We're still looking at the left side of the farm. Going down, we see full name, Amy Garvey. Of course, her full name is Amy Jacques Garvey. But that's okay. We have Amy Garvey. Down below that to say sex, female. So we all know she was a female. And condition, widow. Yes. So she was a widow at the time of her death. And you know, if you're a widow, it means you were once married. Amy got married to Marcus Mosiah Garvey on July 27, 1922 in Baltimore, Maryland, USA. Who was Marcus Garvey? Well, as we all know, Marcus Garvey was an entrepreneur, orator, black activist, black nationalist, pan-Africanist, newspaper publisher, and more. These days, Marcus Garvey's immediate recognition is as National Hero of Jamaica. His image is on the Jamaican $20 coin, and his image is also on the new Jamaican $100 bank note. So, we are familiar with Marcus Garvey. Amy Jacques is the second wife of Garvey, because Marcus Garvey was married to another Amy before. That's Amy Ashwood. But this video is about Amy Jacques, the second wife. So she became Marcus Garvey's second wife in 1922. Anyway, Amy and Garvey had two children, two sons together. The first son, Marcus Garvey Jr., was born on September 17, 1930 in St. Andrew, Jamaica. From a young age, he possessed some of the intelligence from his father. Marcus Garvey Jr., he loved reading. He loved to write, and he loved to debate on important topics. Throughout his life, he always carried himself clean and with an intelligent appearance. He loved meeting politically important people and going to important events and giving speeches and giving lectures. He had a wonderful family. He got married to an incredibly loving lady who stayed by his side till the end. Marcus Garvey Jr., or Marcus Garvey III, as he is called, he, in his older age, he developed Alzheimer's disease, and he died on December 8, 2020 in Wellington, Florida, at the age of 90. The second son of Amy and her husband Marcus Garvey was born on August 16 in 1933. This second son is called Julius Garvey. He also possessed some of the logical thinking of his parents. He and his bigger brother grew up in harmony. I mean, these brothers were very close to each other from they were small. The two of them kept each other's company. and the both of them loved their mother deeply and respect their mother deeply. But as they grew older, the two brothers had less physical contact, but they kept the connection going. At the making of this video, Julius Garvey is still alive and he is age 89. Okay, alright. So, Amy and her husband Marcus Garvey were married for almost 18 years when Marcus Garvey died on June 10 in 1940, leaving her a widow. She never remarried, and instead she chose to remain as Marcus Garvey's widow. And so that is why on the farm we see widow. Going down on the farm, you see age. Age 77. That's right. She was 77 at the time of her death. Continuing on the death registration form, you see occupation or calling. And the person filling out the form put widow of Marcus Garvey, politician. I do not agree with the response to this field. It says occupation or calling, and all they put is widow of Marcus Garvey, politician. Being a widow is not an occupation, and I've said it before in another video. So I don't know why they would have chosen to put widow of Marcus Garvey as her occupation. But that's what's there. That is what's there. And it's not for me to argue it, just for me to just show what's on her death registration form. And the last field here in the left side of the form is birthplace. And they put Kingston. So yes, Amy Euphemia Jacques was born in Kingston, Jamaica on December 31, 1895. Her father's name was George Samuel Jacques, and her mother's name was Charlotte Henrietta Jacques. Amy was educated up to high school. After graduating school, she worked as a clerical assistant in a law firm for 4 years. In 1917, at age 22, Amy migrated to the United States of America. Well, in those days, there was no aeroplane. So the young Amy boarded the SS Carrillo. That's what it's called, the SS Carrillo. She boarded this ship on April 21 of 1917 and sailed across the Caribbean Sea to the United States. It is said that when she was leaving, she said to her parents that she would be back in Jamaica very soon. But of course, she went up there, she fell in love with up there, and she would later fall in love with Marcus Garvey when she saw him at one of his conferences, and she would also get employed by him. Now, let's look over on the right side of the form. Over here on the right side of the form, we're looking now at cause of death. And this is what the video is primarily about. Remember, as I said, that a death registration form will tell the cause of death. And even if the cause is not known, then something will be placed there, to show the status of the investigation into her death. So on her death registration form, it says cause of death. Immediate cause is carcinoma pancreas. So that's the first cause. Carcinoma pancreas. What is carcinoma pancreas? Carcinoma pancreas, or pancreatic cancer, is a type of cancer that starts in the pancreas. The pancreas is an organ of the digestive system and is located behind the stomach. Symptoms of pancreatic cancer include jaundice, loss of weight or appetite, bleeding in the stomach, or bleeding in the intestine. Wow. Let's look at the second cause of death. The second cause of death is pulmonary embolus. What is this? Pulmonary embolus is a blood clot in the vein. Symptoms include heart palpitation, leg pain, or swelling. Let's look at the third cause of her death. The third cause is generalized carcinomatosis. What is this? Generalized carcinomatosis is a serious condition in which cancer cells from an original tumor spread throughout the body or to a large area of the body. Carcinomatosis itself is not the cancer. Instead, it is, in most cases, a sign that the cancer is getting worse and cannot be treated. So in total, we're looking at the causes of death for Amy Jacques Garvey. Amy Jacques Garvey causes of death are carcinoma pancreas, pulmonary embolus, and generalized carcinomatosis. In one sentence, to sum that all up, we can say Amy Jacques Garvey died from pancreatic cancer. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and leave your comment for more interesting videos like this.